The entire street.
And that brings us to a concern that firefighters have right now, in addition to the hot and dry conditions combined with fireworks this holiday season.
News specialist Ladd Egan has more about drivers not yielding to fire trucks. Ladd?
Yeah, the fire engine drivers say they're seeing it more often. People not paying attention to the lights and sirens, or maybe not knowing what the law is.
People with road rage, our guys have had people, give inappropriate gestures with fingers, swear at them on scene.
Lehigh Battalion Chief Jeff Smith says crews rushing to the scene of an emergency are seeing more drivers not pulling over at all, or sometimes pulling to the left, creating confusion and increasing response times.
Seconds save lives in our business, so loved ones are calling 911. It could be your loved one, could be your neighbor, friend, and we're responding to scene and then coming up to intersections or in heavy traffic with vehicles stopped and not moving, which slows us down.
He says it's stressful and dangerous when ambulances or fire trucks can't get a clear pathway, and a few things could be to blame.
Crowded roads, driver attitude of, rush hour traffic, being frustrated, wanting to get home, unattentive drivers.
So what do you do when you see lights and sirens approaching?
If you hear or see us coming up and approaching, is check your lanes, don't panic, pull over to the right, and come to a complete stop.
Also, be aware it's usually more than one emergency vehicle trying to get to a scene. The Utah County Sheriff's Office says they're also seeing more bad driving behavior.
People driving faster, maybe being a little bit more aggressive. We've seen in some ways an increase in road rage, and that sometimes translates into properly getting out of the way of emergency vehicles and yielding to them.
Another part of the safety equation, obeying the law to slow down and move over if possible for stopped emergency vehicles. Sergeant Spencer Cannon says he had a close call after writing a ticket on I-15.
Came back to my truck, stepped in my truck, and not 10 seconds after I stepped in my truck, I got sideswiped. If you don't care to look out for the safety of law enforcement and fire and EMS and even emergency vehicles like tow trucks, if you don't care about their safety, care about your own, because if you hit them, your life and safety is a risk too.
Both law enforcement and the fire department say they would be very appreciative if people started helping out, giving the emergency vehicles more space, especially this weekend, which they're expecting to be more chaotic than the 4th of July weekend because of this heat and all the dry grasses. Reporting in Lehigh, Ladd Egan, KSL 5 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Ladd. Also remember when visiting state parks, reservoirs
blocking the street.
Well, they emphasize an issue many fire departments are seeing because people paying more attention to the emergency than their own actions and how it can affect first responders trying to help in the emergency. If you see or hear lights and sirens, check your lanes, pull over as far as you can to the right there, and come to a complete stop.
Well, as the scorching temperatures continue forward
in difficult times.
And how a new float in Ogden's Pioneer Day Parade will spread a powerful message of hope around addiction and recovery.
Just to let them know, hey, we're here, we see you.
A Salt Lake business posting.
Yeah, that's right. The excitement is building, of course. And Salt Lake City isn't the only spot to watch. Up north, people will line Washington Boulevard in Ogden for their Pioneer Day Parade.
That's right. News specialist Lauren Steinbrecher is live there now with how one group hopes to spread an important message during the parade. Lauren?
Yeah, Debbie and Dan, so you can see the chairs here along Washington Boulevard. There's some chairs, there's blankets on the ground. I've also seen people out here already tonight hoping to have a blast during the parade tomorrow. But that group I spoke with, while having a lot of fun, hopes to take on kind of a serious topic and make a meaningful impact.
The night before the big parade, volunteers blow up balloons, figuring out what looks best.
Yeah, I think they should go on the outside so that they're more visible.
As Shelby Batchelor and other volunteers build their first Pioneer Day Parade float.
None of us have ever done anything like this before.
Between the sparkly tinsel and big balloon arch, this team hopes to spread awareness.
I think there's a big stigma around recovery and addiction, and people are afraid to go reach out for help.
The organization Tug to Recovery aims to create visibility around addiction and recovery. They have support groups and they help people get access to treatment.
So like a tugboat would give a crash boat a tug off of the rocks, we just want to do the same for the people in our community.
Joseph Call has experienced that tug firsthand.
Oh, I was an addict for 23 years.
Now he's helping others. The organization does service projects like a huge cleanup they just hosted along 21st Street in Ogden, filling 2 huge dump truck trailers.
We really want to help people, and maybe they could become inspired about it and want to help others as well.
Soon, they can add the Pioneer Day Parade to their list of events.
So we decided the Pioneer Days because we're pioneering a new way in recovery.
Working hard together.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
To build a community.
I hope that they see these and they're like, these people are like us. And this is a place I can reach out to for help.
Yeah, and for anyone who's sitting or standing along the parade route, a lot of them will get these little packets from Tug to Recovery with some candy and a little card about the organization. We will also have information on that organization on our website, KSL-TV.com. Dan and Debbie.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lauren. Steinbrecher live for us tonight. You can catch the main